WTSO Madison and W265 CD Madison. Take us anywhere on the free iHeart Radio app. Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Network is on the air. Talking Golf is brought to you by American Transmission Company. ATC, helping you keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly. Oak Park Place, offering senior living options for the lifestyle you deserve, with amenities and services for a carefree, independent way of life. And by the Princeton Club, a premier health club that combines state-of-the-art equipment with a highly trained staff and convenient locations. Now, here are your co-hosts of Talking Golf, Dennis Tiziani and Paul Brown.
And welcome to another round of Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network from Cherokee Country Club in Madison. Along with Dennis Tiziani, I'm Paul Brown. On tonight's show, Gary D'Amato of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel will be joining us in about 5 minutes. We're going to discuss the Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson potential matchup there of the two head-to-head in competition. We're going to talk about golf in Wisconsin. We're going to talk about Bryson DeChambeau. He's not going to be able to use his compass. We're going to talk about Steve Stricker, who has a record that a lot of people don't know, and Steve is going to be joining us. He's already down at the John Deere Classic. We'll have Pat Stein on the air tonight. Pat is the general manager of Wild Rock Golf Course in the Wisconsin Dells, but that wilderness resort is a lot more than what people think. And Tiz, very quickly, Steve's already down there. He's going to be joining us about 6:30 or so. You are with him. You're watching him hit balls. You're feeling pretty good about where he's at right now.
Yeah, really best ever. You know, the last, maybe 6-8 months, he's been kind of leaking it, out to the right. Wasn't turning over like we always had done it. So we hit on a few things, and it really came out good. And then putting also, this business of leaving the putt out to the right on various times, because he really hasn't putted that good. So we'll see what happens this week. He'll be right in the hunt this week. He's really playing good, and he's hit it further, too.
Well, and he's hitting it further because he has a new driver, we understand. We'll let him go into that a little bit later.
Yeah, he'll tell you.
But he apparently likes that new Titleist driver. Huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, it goes. I mean, there's a definite difference in it taking off. And, I'm kind of happy to see that Titleist got up with Callaway and all the rest of them that are, fooling around with the springboard effect. So it's a good thing. Titleist, good company. I've been with them for 35, 40 years, and they've treated everybody good. They have a good product, and this will work out good for him. I'm anxious to see what he does there.
For those guys, 10, 15 yards, that's pretty significant, isn't it?
Well, they hit it so far as it is. It's 210. What are you going to hit? 6-iron. 6-iron, 210. I might have to hit a 3-wood. So now if you're that much further, especially off the drive, now if he's out there, now it's a 7 or 8-iron.
Closer to the hole.
That's right. And there, the course, they've shut the course down for a week over there also, a week or more, to get it perfect. Again, perfect greens, and they'll shoot low again.
I would imagine you've got a comment or two on Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson and 10 million, but we'll save that, and you can debate it a little bit.
I have.
We'll be back with Gary D'Amato on Talking Golf right after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
With elevated tee shots featuring majestic 30-mile views into the surrounding bluffs and expansive greens that are fast and true, Wild Rock Golf Club in Wisconsin Dells should be on your must playlist this season. 5 sets of tee boxes challenge all skill levels, from scratch golfers to resort guests. Numerous lodging options and amenities are also available. Wild Rock Golf Club at the Wilderness Resort in Wisconsin Dells. Call us today at 608-253-4653 or book online at wildrockgolf.com. That's wildrockgolf.com.
He dreams of playing in big leagues, which is taking a toll on your dreams. Most people don't think about their home insurance until something happens. But talking to an American Family Insurance agent today can mean your dreams have better protection tomorrow. Visit amfam.com/home for a quote and see if your insurance measures up. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
At Oak Park Place, they understand there are some loves that last a lifetime, like the love of the game, and they celebrate those things that make you uniquely you. Their community of friends, family, and caring staff provide support if you need it, while you enjoy your independence when you want it. Because they know that sharing memories of time well spent is just that. Time well spent. Learn more about senior living at an Oak Park Place near you. Visit oakparkplace.com.
No, I'm getting a busy signal yet.
Turn off your alarm, flip on the lights. With the push of a button, TVs, radios, coffee makers, and computers come alive in our homes.
Yep, I'm still getting a
Automation
busy
and
signal.
technology are keeping local businesses running and the economy growing. You don't think twice about all that powers our everyday life. We count on the stable, reliable transmission of electricity.
I've got
And that's what American
7721258.
Transmission Company is all about. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
Got it. Sorry, dialing the wrong number. I know, it's Monday.
The critics are raving. It's the hottest reservation in the city, and people wait months for a table. And now, it's finally time to take your seat behind the wheel of the 2018 E-Class at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. This is performance at its most tasteful. Refined power and Mercedes-Benz luxury with enough turbocharged torque to get you back in time for dessert. Visit MBUSA.com/E-Class to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Wisconsin. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
30 seconds.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings
No, not
to
yet.
referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Wisconsin so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
W265 Madison.
We're back on Talking Golf with the Golf Effect Network, along with Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown, and hopefully Gary D'Amato will be joining us in a couple of minutes here. And we'll have a little discussion with Gary about golf in the state of Wisconsin. And let's start with the matchup between Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. Head-to-head competition for $10 million. Dennis, good idea, bad idea?
Bad idea. But it's media. You know, they'll watch it. But you've got two players who are not playing as good as they played a while back, and we're playing for $10 million. I mean, really? That's more than they get for the whole year in the FedEx Cup.
What are they doing by putting that together? I know it's made for TV and it's going to generate revenue and ratings, but what's the ultimate goal, do you think, of that? It's not going to develop the rivalry between those two guys.
Because there is one supposedly, but there really isn't one. When they meet, you know, it's the rivalry thing is strictly media, is strictly television. But $10 million to play, I just think you're reducing the game now to something that it isn't a game anymore. The game is the money. And, you know, I think that players or people really want to watch the game being played as in birdies and pars and bogeys, and not so much how much did you make to do it. And I don't know, maybe that's just me, but it does not turn me on. I won't watch it.
You won't watch it?
No.
And I'm sure a lot of people will. And then the next question, do they do it again next year? And is that Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas? Where do they go with all of this, do you think?
Well, that's it. You know, are we using the game? Are we using the players? You know, the game was an amateur game. It proceeded then to players traveling around the world to bring golf to other places. And then the incentive was more and more money. But where does it end? Yeah. I can remember way back when. Now, this is back in the 69, 70 when I played. I'm trying to think of the guy who was the chairman. And here's what he said one day at a meeting amongst the players. Someday we're going to play where there's going to be $1 million for first place. And everybody laughed.
Yeah. Now it's a laugh that they only make $1 million.
That's a bad deal. You know,
Yeah.
the guy, you know, I mean, it's a joke. 1.8, 2.1 for one tournament.
Let's find out what Gary D'Amato feels about the head-to-head for $10 million between Tiger and Phil. Gary D'Amato, your thoughts on that?
Hey guys, yeah, I mean, it's for sure it's going to get good TV ratings, no doubt about it. They're both still big names. I wish this had been done maybe 15 years ago. I think it'd been a lot more interesting when both were on top of the golf world. But it's kind of ludicrous, this winner-take-all concept, because they're not playing for their own money. They're not each putting up $5 million, and to say that the winner-take-all, and that infers that the guy who doesn't win the match is not going to make any money, and we know that's not true. I mean, they're both going to get appearance fees, and I'm sure they're going to negotiate for part of the TV money and all that stuff. So it'll be interesting. I'll probably watch it, but
Dennis is not.
I'll watch it as a casual fan and not as someone who's really into it, I think.
Okay, I want to move on to another subject. Bryson DeChambeau, not allowed to use a compass to find the true hole location because he violates Rule 14-3A, which says he would be using an unusual piece of equipment that might assist him in making a stroke. We'll start with Dennis.
Why do you think he's doing it? To get a piece of equipment that helps him make the stroke. No different than the rangefinder.
What about a detailed greens book, huh?
Well, I mean, I guess that I can't believe, why would you make a rule like that? Yet when you play in a U.S. Open course, you play where the rules don't even apply to what's happening with speed of green. I mean, it's just a joke, I can remember when you couldn't have a playbook at all, that you had to walk the yardage off. Jack Nicklaus walked his yardage, made his own book. So where is it all going to end? Like I said, there's going to be a club, like I told you. You put it right behind the ball, then you push a little ornament on the end. You push it, and the face will project, and away the ball will go.
Gary, how do you see the DeChambeau ruling?
Good comments by Dennis. I'm not sure what to make of it. I have no idea how Bryson DeChambeau's mind works. I don't think anybody does. He's a very, very intelligent guy, obviously. I don't know how he could use a protractor or a compass, the common name for a compass. And I guess he's saying that some of the pin positions on the sheets are off a little bit, and he's trying to determine the true pin positions, which is, that I guess that's some kind of artificial aid. But I think it's more about the tour not wanting to, there's an image thing, the tour doesn't want guys whipping out rangefinders, or caddies can use them in practice. They can use them in practice rounds, but not during tournament rounds. And I guess to put a camera on Bryson while he's doing whatever he does with this compass probably wouldn't be a great image that the tour wants. I think it's more about that than anything personally.
We're chatting with Gary D'Amato, the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, writes golf around the state of Wisconsin, covers golf. Hey, and up at the Thornberry Classic in Wisconsin, Si Young Kim finished 31 under par for that tournament, set a new record on the LPGA event over the weekend. She won by 9 shots. She only missed 5 greens all week. He had the most birdies and eagles in a tournament with 32, and had a tournament total of 257. Pretty impressive there, Gary.
Yeah, first of all, Thornberry Creek is a nice golf course, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's a U.S. Open golf course by any means. The fairways are pretty wide. The greens are not that sloping, and they're pretty soft. So, and these women are good. They really are. Dennis knows. I don't care if you give a guy a flat 10-foot putt on 72 greens, just to make 31 birdies is pretty incredible. She had 1 double bogey, but no bogeys on any of her cards. So she played incredible golf. Part of it was the golf course, I think, because if you look at all the scores, they were all really low. They shot lights out at that place. But give her credit. I mean, that's an incredible score. She broke the tour score, the LPGA scoring record by 4 shots. So it was pretty impressive.
Gary, you mentioned earlier today when you and I were talking, and maybe we'll direct this one at Dennis, but get a comment from you first about tournaments that have been held in the state of Wisconsin, like at Brown Deer, Whistling Straits, Erin Hills, and including the Ridge here in Madison, the scores you pointed out, they go low in a lot of those cases. What do you think that is?
Yeah, is this Dennis or me responding?
Let's
get
it
from you.
We want to hear from you first. And then I'll let Dennis criticize your answer.
Now
now
you're cooking.
That's fair. As long as I get in the last word, that's fair. I think part of it is I think courses in Wisconsin are bent grass. They're always in great condition in the summer months. The greens are always perfect. And guys and gals make a lot of putts on perfect greens when you talk about the best players in the world. Now, Brown Deer was a pretty short course toward the end for the guys. And they could, hit irons and 3-woods off the tee and tear it to shreds. Whistling Straits, I think there was only one low score at Whistling Straits, really, and that was Jason Day, 20 under a couple years ago. But he played probably the best golf of his life. And then, Thornberry Creek's produced low scores, and the Ridge has produced some low scores. So I think a lot of it is condition of the golf course.
Gary, I was getting a smile out of Dennis here. I think you went right down his path. I don't think you got much to disagree with there.
That's true. Bent grass greens, cut at a 12 to 13, very little undulation. We'd have to deal with mountains and everything else, right? And so, because you aren't going to shoot 31 under holding pitching wedges, you're going to putt to make those under, right? And that's what happens here. And the courses you mentioned, and tell me one of the tournaments that they played in this state where there was wind. Wind was a factor, not a one. But play over at Whistling Straits, different story over there.
Yeah,
that could be anything. But when you're playing here, you play at a course like University Ridge. I mean, come on. I mean, it's less. It's 7,000 yards or less. And Brown Deer. I mean, you have to lay up on those things to not hit it in the creek that goes through. All the par fives they get into. So, I mean, I think Gary hit it right on it. It's course condition, especially the greens. They stop play on the golf course a week ahead of time, so it's perfect. And make sure that it's firm but still bite. I watch them at University Ridge. They backed up the ball all over the place.
Gary, we're going to bring you in on this conversation and talk about golf in the city of Milwaukee. But to set it up here, Tiz was telling me here in Madison for the girls' junior tournament, one entry.
City.
You're in the city of Madison, one entry in the girls' junior. What's going on with golf in the Milwaukee area? Gary, in terms of like the local tournaments over there and that type of thing. What do you see? The state tournaments, it seems like the total entries are down.
Yeah, that's when you brought that to my attention earlier today, Paul. I didn't know that. Obviously didn't know about the one entry, which is kind of scary. I think entries are down a little bit in tournaments. I drive past Brown Deer occasionally, and I don't see anyone on the golf course there. You drive past Grant Park where I grew up playing, and we had to get there at 5 a.m, and then we had to get in line. There were 40 people ahead of us to get a tee time, and now you can get there at any time in the morning and just about walk right on. So, I think it's a problem that's obviously it's been ongoing for some time, and it's maybe seeping into the junior ranks. I really don't know. I'm not in touch with many junior tournaments, but that one entry in a tournament is kind of scary to hear that.
True. I mean, where are the young players? Well, I think that a lot of them are playing in PGA events. They're skipping the PGA events and they're playing in national junior tournaments, AJGA, playing some of those. But for the most part, it's very, I see the girls here though. So that they're here. I mean, I know that the girls are here playing golf, but they're getting ready to play in tournaments other than the Madison City tournament. It used to be where this was the tournament, but now PGA has a whole junior tour. Wisconsin PGA has a whole junior tour. I want to get recognition so I can get a scholarship to a major university. Am I really going to get it by winning the city tournament?
No.
So they're going to be moving ahead and playing in higher regional, national tournaments, and that's where they're going to.
Gary, I'm going to let Dennis challenge you on this one. He hit me with this one earlier today, and quite frankly, I didn't know the answer, but it involves...
Never mind. Ask the question. Don't.
No, you asked the question.
No,
it
no.
involves your son-in-law.
Well, why did you tell him that?
Oh, I gave him the answer.
What a boy! I'll tell you what.
I just gave the answer.
And he's supposed to be the pro at this. Anyway,
you can ask him what that total is.
Yeah.
33 under through 4 rounds for Steve at the Bob Hope in 2009.
Is it 5 rounds?
Right.
Isn't it 5 rounds?
Yeah, I guess it was 5 rounds. Yeah, but I think he was 33 under through 4 rounds, if I'm not mistaken.
See, this guy here, he knows what's going on. That's what it is. You know, when they
I
said the
didn't give it
girl
away.
was
He knew it
31,
anyway.
the girl was 31, and well, I didn't really know it either when I saw it, and I said, who has the record for men 33 under? Steve Stricker. This guy shows up in a whole bunch of places, you know, 27 cuts in a row in majors. Think about all that stuff and this is why they're taking a look at the Hall of Fame, you know, where it used to be you win a major in the Hall of Fame. Well, that's kind of going by the wayside a little bit.
You think so?
Oh, there's no question. Yeah.
Gary, any final thoughts or one final question there, Mr. Tiziani?
Well, one final thought, I guess, or statement. I watched Tony Romo, the ex-Dallas Cowboys quarterback, he played in the Racine Tri-Course Championship, which is a pretty good local tournament, pretty good city tournament in Racine with a great tradition.
He won it.
Tony, watched him shoot a 68 at Racine Country Club. The guy can really play, and he won the tournament by 9 shots, so that was kind of fun.
So who was he playing against that he would win by 9 shots with all the? Oh, I see. Bomowski and those boys don't play anymore. Is that right?
No, they don't. I think the guy who finished second, I think, was Ricky Kuiper, he's a college kid, plays at Butler. A nice player, you know, but it doesn't quite get the field of great players that it got, you know, 20 years ago. But still some pretty good talent in there. And Tony cleaned up. He played a really good round Friday. I watched him at Racine, and boy, he was steady.
Yeah, well, that's good. Good for him. He can't play football anymore.
Gary, thank you very much. It's always nice to have you on the show. Thanks for your input. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, see you, bud.
That's Gary D'Amato. We'll be back with Pat Stein after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
He dreams of playing in the big leagues.
Clear.
Which is taking a toll on your dreams. Most people don't think about their home insurance until something happens.
Okay.
But talking to an American Family Insurance agent today can mean your dreams have better protection tomorrow. Visit amfam.com/home for a quote and see if your insurance measures up. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Hi, this is Dave Gary, and it's open house time at the Princeton Clubs. Come see what our clubs are all about. Try a class or just relax in our pools. Visit any of our clubs for free during our open house going on now. With more locations, more amenities, and more free classes, there's never been a better time to be a member of the Princeton Clubs. I think you'll be surprised how much better you'll feel just after a few visits. Plus, with our express locations all over the Madison area, you'll never be more than a few minutes away from your next workout. As a member, you'll also have access to Cherokee Country Club's outdoor pool to make the most out of your summer. So come try the Princeton Clubs today. Get inspired and start feeling great again. We keep our clubs spotlessly clean, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and with free childcare and no joining fees. And if you're ready to step up to the Princeton Clubs, we'll even buy out your current membership somewhere else. The Princeton Clubs, voted Madison's best health club year after year. Visit PrincetonClub.net for more details.
At Oak Park Place, they understand there are some loves that last a lifetime, like the love of the game, and they celebrate those things that make you uniquely you. Their community of friends, family, and caring staff provide support if you need it, while you enjoy your independence when you want it. Because they know that sharing memories of time well spent is just that, time well spent. Learn more about senior living at an Oak Park Place near you. Visit oakparkplace.com.
The University of Wisconsin Golf Course University Ridge has been voted Best of Madison and is the proud host site of the PGA Tour Champions American Family Championship. Our course, designed by the world-renowned Robert Trent Jones Jr., is yours to play without a costly membership. The award-winning golf shop at University Ridge offers high-end Badger apparel you won't find anywhere else. And when you're off the course, enjoy excellent food and drink with friends at the W Grill. Play where the Badgers play, University Ridge.
Right now, Cherokee Country Club is offering outstanding introductory golf memberships. You can join Cherokee as an individual member for $2,400. Depending on your age, you can get a family membership that starts at only $2,900. Check it out for yourself. What you're going to find is the best deal in Madison when it comes to joining a golf club. And by the way, your membership also allows you to use all of the facilities at the Princeton Club and the Madison Club. If you're a business owner, Cherokee offers a voucher golf program that allows you to purchase 20 rounds of golf, good for 18 holes with a golf cart, for only $1,000. What a great way to entertain your clients, customers, or employees. Cherokee also offers memberships for swimming and indoor and outdoor tennis. And the public is welcome to use the driving range, restaurant,
10 seconds, stand by, 10 seconds.
Book a wedding there. For more information, call 249-1000 or visit the website at CherokeeCountryClub.net. We're back on Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network with Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown. We're at Cherokee Country Club in Madison, and joining us now is Pat Stein, who's the general manager of the Wilderness Resort and director of operations at Wild Rock Golf Course. Pat, welcome to the program. Before we talk a little bit about Wild Rock, let's talk about the Wilderness as a resort. I don't know if a lot of people realize totally what's up there in the Dells at the Wilderness Resort. For example, there's indoor go-karts, there's bumper boats, there's sky ropes course, there's an outdoor mini golf, there's arcades, there's restaurants, there's an executive course, there's a zip line tour. You got cabins, hotel, villas, and condos, and wilderness on the lake, as well as Sundara Inn and Spa, just to name a few of the things up there at the Wilderness. It is indeed a destination where a lot of people are visiting these days, is it not?
Yeah, it absolutely is. There's definitely something for everyone at the Wilderness. Like you said, we've got a world-class destination spa, got mini golf, go-karts, indoor and outdoor, as a matter of fact, 5 water parks. You know, there is truly something for everything, for everyone and every taste. We definitely have it covered.
And what's the impact of golf, Pat, in the Dells area with Sand Valley coming on board here in the last year or so? You take a look at the golf courses in the Dells, and then you can get to a lot of other places within an hour or two. What's it done for the sport of golf in the Dells area with the surrounding courses that have been developed?
Yeah, you nailed it right on the head with everything that's going on in central Wisconsin right now. 10 years ago, Dells probably wasn't looked at as a golf destination. It was booked for water parks and that, but now with Sand Valley up the road with their 2 courses, Century World, the Sonia, what we have in the Dells, Trappers Turn, and Wild Rock, we truly are becoming kind of a hub for golf. I mean, you can stay in the Dells, and within 2 hours drive, you can hit unbelievable golf courses. We're seeing a lot of groups at the Wilderness now that are coming in, groups of 12, 16 coming in, playing Wild Rock, going up to Sand Valley, going over to Sonia, going over to Century World. And the interesting part is how many groups are actually flying in from other parts of the country. That's the part that's interesting to talk to these groups to see where they're coming from. I know last week, some groups from Florida, and we had another group a couple of weeks ago from Arizona. So, they're coming from all over the country, staying in the Dells, and then going out into the state of Wisconsin and taking advantage of all this great golf that we have to offer.
We're chatting with Pat Stein. And Pat, years ago in the Dells, they really didn't market to the Madison area because they felt that people would just come up for the day and then come back. And obviously at that time, you go back into the 70s and things like that, it was primarily a summer type vacation area. Now the Dells is totally different than that. It's a year-round situation. The marketing strategies.
We've gone heavily into the Madison market to get those players to come up. We have a lot to offer. They can come up, play golf, go over to the fields, have a nice steak dinner, and only be an hour away from home. They can have a great day away, and have a great experience. And there's just so much to offer now in the Dells. Like you said, it's no longer a Labor Day to Memorial Day type town anymore. We've got so much stuff to do outside of water parks and that, you know, we've really gone after the couples and the groups of ladies, you know, wanting to come up, play golf, go to the spa, or the groups of guys that want to come up, play golf, and, you know, go out for a good steak dinner and then go have some fun downtown or something like that. Yeah, it really has changed as far as who we're going after and who's coming to the Dells.
Dennis, obviously you've been involved in the golf business for probably over 50 years. You're a golf course owner. You've played Wild Rock a number of times. For people that have never been there, how would you describe Wild Rock Golf Course? It's a pretty impressive place to play.
Well, the golf course itself is can be very difficult from all the way back, but it all can be enjoyable from up a little bit further. So it's probably one of the, my opinion, one of the top 3 tournament possibility courses in the state.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And he hit it right on the head with the people, what's going on. But it also is a crossroads where people coming from Illinois and Minnesota. If you're going from Minnesota, you go right past it. You go to Chicago, you go right past the Dells. So it's a good stop off. I just had a friend of mine, his son playing on a soccer team. They played a lacrosse tournament in the Dells, but the team was, and they were from Minneapolis. Nothing to it to drive there 3 hours or whatever it took, 2.5 hours to get to the Dells. So location, plus it's a travel, all that traffic goes right by there. But you made mention about the course. I enjoy playing there, you know, and have every time I've been out there. I probably played it maybe 5 times now. And it is, you know, when we talked about the tournament, the AmFam tournament,
one of the places they looked, right?
Was that, you know, and it was, but, you know, I understand why it's Madison-based, up, you know, so to go there. But when it came to the golf course, you couldn't argue with the fact that that would be, it's a tour course, and it can be set up accordingly, whether it be length or even undulations in the green. You got to know what's going on there putting, you know, and it's not one of those tip over things where it's 6-iron to a par 5, you know, that is not going to be there. So I give it all the kudos. I mean, I think it's great. You know, Trappers is right there also. And you've got good golf, but that's an exceptional place.
And by the way, we have 50 passes for Wild Rock Golf Course. You can play Wild Rock for $50, including the golf car, and the money comes to the Golf Effect, and you get an opportunity Monday through Thursday to go up there and play it. All you got to do is go to the golfeffect.org website, and all of the details are on there. Pat, we want to thank you for joining us, and good luck this summer and all the following summers as you take care of that operation up there at Wild Rock and the Wilderness Resort. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure talking with you.
Oh, boy, thank you.
We'll go down to chat with Steve Stricker after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
We're not your electric company, but we help bring power to your community. We don't generate electricity, but our grid helps to energize your everyday life. We provide stable, reliable energy transmission from the energy sources to your home or business. We are American
Dave,
Transmission
you want Steve
Company,
up next?
the vital link between power production and the people who count on it. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
At Oak Park Place, they understand there are some loves that last a lifetime, like the love of the game, and they celebrate those things that make you uniquely you. Their community of friends, family, and caring staff provide support if you need it, while you enjoy your independence when you want it. Because they know that sharing memories of time well spent is just that, time well spent. Learn more about senior living at an Oak Park Place near you. Visit oakparkplace.com.
The University of Wisconsin Golf Course, University Ridge, has been voted Best of Madison and is the proud host site of the PGA Tour Champions American Family Championship. Our course, designed by the world-renowned Robert Trent Jones Jr., is yours to play without a costly membership. The award-winning golf shop at University Ridge offers high-end Badger apparel you won't find anywhere else. And when you're off the course, enjoy excellent food and drink with friends at the W Grill. Play where the Badgers play, University Ridge.
He dreams of playing in the big leagues.
Okay, that was his
which is
home
taking
number.
a toll
He's not
on
there.
your dreams. Most people don't think about their home insurance until something happens. But talking to an American Family Insurance agent today can mean your dreams have better protection tomorrow. Visit amfam.com/home for a quote and see if your insurance measures up. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin 53783.
The mighty Blue Marlin. You've battled for 2 solid hours. He jumps again.
Roger, you got a minute and a half.
The boat. It's the moment of truth. Because there's never been a better time to test drive the 2018 Mercedes-Benz GLC. With a smooth 9-speed transmission, it loves to run. Set course for your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. Visit mbusa.com/GLC to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Wisconsin. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports.
Okay, Steve's on.
It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
30 seconds.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Wisconsin so special? They do.
10 seconds. Stand by. 10 seconds.
All do.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
We're back on Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network from Cherokee Country Club in Madison, along with Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown. Joining us from the John Deere Classic, Steve Stricker. Steve, before we talk about your game and the John Deere Classic, just a couple of things in general on golf. The matchup of Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, head-to-head for $10 million. Good idea? Bad idea?
Oh, I don't know. It'd be an entertaining idea. I think a lot of people would tune in to watch and have fun with that. I think it'd be fun. I'd watch. I think it'd be fun to watch.
And your father-in-law said he wouldn't watch. Why wouldn't you watch? Just out of curiosity.
Well, if I just told you, if I knew positively that they each took $10 million out of their account and they put it there and they played for it, different story. But they're not playing for their money.
Okay. Bryson DeChambeau, not allowed to use a compass to find the true hole locations because he's violating Rule 14-3A. Thoughts on that one?
I don't think the books are that good and that specific where the compass will do him any good. I mean, I think it's kind of a silly thing that he's even trying it. And it's even sillier that the USGA bans him from it. I think it's just silly in general, but I don't think the books are that accurate. And then you're trying to figure out the paces of the guy who actually put the pin on the green. Right. Most times when they tell us the pin position, they're usually off a yard or two, sometimes 3. So it's not an exact science, and he's trying to make it an exact science with a compass, I think, or the protractor, whatever it was, and not the compass, I guess. But it's just not that exact, and so I don't know what he was trying to do. I'm going to ask him though to see how accurate he thinks he can get it.
Yeah, because he won the John Deere Classic last year. Kim on the LPGA Tour shoots 31 under par to set a new record there on the Women's Golf Tour. That brought up the conversation of, hey, that's a new record. Who holds the men's record? And your name happened to pop up. You remember the Bob Hope Classic when you were, 33 under?
Yeah, and I also remember that I didn't win the tournament.
That's right. Being a playoff.
So, anyways, yeah, I remember going low for 4 days and then not doing so well on Sunday.
But that's pretty impressive. That has to be an unbelievable feeling to get in a groove like that over a 4 or 5 day period and play golf like that. Huh? What do you remember about that? That other
mine more than anything, I think. But I remember just, hitting a lot of good shots, and the weather out there is so good that if you get on a roll, and I was making putts and just giving myself a lot of opportunities and cashing in on a lot of them. And then, I just remember having a really good feeling for 4 days. And then it just changed in a hurry. On Sunday, we got a different wind. The wind came up. We got some tougher conditions, so it was totally different on Sunday, and I just didn't handle it very well.
And speaking of feeling pretty good, rumor has it you're hitting a new driver and you feel pretty good about it. Is that true? And tell us about that new driver.
Yeah, it's the T3 driver. My misses are just different than what I'm normally accustomed to, so I still need a little work with it, but it feels good. It looks good. It's just not quite the right one for me yet, and I'll continue to putz around with it and try to find a good one that fits me a little bit better. There's a lot of options with this new driver where they can put glue in the head and change the weighting around, and so they'll have some good ideas when I see them on the range tomorrow, and I'll continue to work with it. But it's a really good one. Guys are liking it. Guys are picking up ball speed with it, and so it's a good one that they have out.
Steve, when you work on your game, occasionally we see you here at Cherokee. Obviously, you're trying to tweak things all the time and working on whatever. What are you feeling about your game, and what are you trying to work on, maybe to even improve or get better on? What are you trying to tweak if there's one or two particular things?
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to a consistent ball flight and pattern, and it's kind of disappeared on me. I'm kind of hitting a couple of misses, a two-way miss, one over to the right a little bit and one to the left. They're not big misses, but enough to cause me a little bit of concern, and it stops me from being a little bit aggressive at times, I think. And so I'm just trying to get this figured out a little bit where I draw the ball on a consistent basis. And I haven't been doing that this year, especially the last 2 or 3 months. And so I'm on to a few things. Tiz and I hit some balls, and I'm on to a couple things. It was so today when I played in Zach Johnson's Pro-Am, but we'll see going forward the next couple of days if I can get back to hitting that draw that I hit for so many years.
You're at the John Deere. You won it a number of times, including 3 in a row. I'm sure all golfers kind of have a special place, a special course and that kind of thing. Obviously, the John Deere has been very good to you over the years, and you've certainly provided a lot of highlights for people. What is it about that facility and your game that seems to be very conducive to winning and playing well in that type thing? What do you like about that whole environment down there?
Yeah, I think it's just the familiarity to this place, coming here for a number of years, obviously having some success. It's all bent grass, fairways and greens, bluegrass, rough, all stuff that I grew up on. There's a lot of scoring opportunities here if you drive it in play, and some short irons. That's typically the strong part of my game. So it fits my eye, I guess, fairly well. And obviously when I've had the success that I've had here in the past, I come back here with a lot of good feelings and a lot of good vibes that have taken place over the years. So I've always come here with a lot of expectations to play well and look forward to coming here.
Steve, what's ahead for you as you take a look down the road as far as you're playing on both tours as you go through the months of July and August, and of course in September? You got other things coming up too, but as you look ahead, what's kind of in your crystal ball there?
Yeah, well, I'm not in the British Open next week unless they take the top qualifier from the John Deere, so I'll have to have a real good tournament to even have a chance to go to the British Open. And then it's either going to be the Senior British Open or the Canadian Open on the regular tour, and I'm kind of leaning towards the Canadian Open up in Canada at Glen Abbey. I enjoy that place, and I'm kind of running out of tournaments to play on the regular tour this year. I'm not in the PGA So I'm kind of grinding it out and hopefully play, 3 times yet on the regular tour before the end of the year, and see if I can't play well in one of them or more than one or 2 of them, and just see if I can't, get close to winning again. Give myself an opportunity in one of these last few before the year's out.
How about the Champions Tour?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Once the regular tour wraps up, there's quite a few of those Champions Tour events in the fall that I may play. But we'll see. I've played a lot. I'm feeling a little fatigued at times, and I've played a lot recently. And this next month, I've only got really one tournament on the schedule, and that's this week at the John Deere. I had the last 2 weeks off, so this will be a good stretch to kind of get some rest, sharpen up again for the last couple of months of the year.
2 more, and then we're going to let you go, Steve. Any final thoughts on the MFAM Championship from your perspective?
Oh, yeah, we just had another tremendous week. The community, again, stepped up big time. The fans, the businesses, the corporations that get involved, the volunteers, 1,200 volunteers. Obviously American Family Insurance stepping up and continuing to be the backbone of this event. And, and then the players coming. We had a great field. Davis Love, VJ, John Daly, Bernhard, Jimenez, just all the top guys, McCarron, Joe Durant. We had a great field. Obviously Jerry in town too. And so it was just a great week. And it seemed to get better again. We had a lot of fun Friday night with REO Speedwagon and Sarah Evans and 1,000 Horses. And it was just a great week. And, just something that I can't believe that we're doing on a yearly basis and succeeding with the amount of charitable monies that we're able to raise and be able to give back towards the end of the year is just beyond all of our expectations so far. So we're extremely happy with what we've done in the first 3 years.
And now in September, you'll be going to France along with Jim Furyk and the boys, the Ryder Cup. Any news out of there that might be of interest to the golfing fans? Any developments or anything?
Well, Kevin Na moved up to 13th on the list, so he's coming off the win last week at Greenbrier. So he's putting himself in position to make the team. Guys, I think there's 7 guys that are going over to play this weekend. Phil, I think, played it yesterday. So there's a bunch of activity. I'm on a group text with all the captains, Jim and pairings and other things that are going on. So it's going to be here before we know it. And I'm looking forward to be a part of it and going over there and trying to help out any way I can and to watch and hopefully keep that cup where it belongs and bring it back home.
What does Furyk bring to the table? Last thought, is in terms of being captain. How do you see it from his demeanor, the way he played, and that type of thing?
Yeah, just a tremendous amount of experience. He's seen it all. He's played on a number of these Cup teams, Presidents and Ryder Cup. Just a fierce competitor all the way around. A great guy. He leaves no detail unturned. He thinks about everything. He's very organized, very particular. He's thinking about everything. There isn't anything that he's not thinking about. And so it's going to be good. Guys respect Jim. We all respect Jim for what he's done and the type of player and person that he is. And so it's going to be everything should be in place for these guys to play well. So it'll be up to the guys to play well, and for Jim and the assistant captains to put them in the best possible pairings to do so.
Steve, thanks for your time. Good luck at the John Deere this weekend. We appreciate it.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
We'll be back after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dave Gary, and it's open house time at the Princeton Clubs. Come see what our clubs are all about. Try a class or just relax in our pools. Visit any of our clubs for free during our open house going on now. With more locations, more amenities, and more free classes, there's never been a better time to be a member of the Princeton Clubs. I think you'll be surprised how much better you'll feel just after a few visits. Plus, with our express locations all over the Madison area, you'll never be more than a few minutes away from your next workout.
You're going to have about
You'll
just
also have
10 seconds shy of 5
Country
minutes
Clubs
before I
outdoor
start
pool
the
to
closing
make the
music.
most out of your summer. So come try the Princeton Clubs today. Get inspired and start feeling great again. We keep our clubs spotlessly clean, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and with free childcare and no joining fees. And if you're ready to step up to the Princeton Clubs, we'll even buy out your current membership somewhere else. The Princeton Clubs, voted Madison's best health club year after year. Visit PrincetonClub.net for more details.
What can you count on? There's that friend who always calls at the right time. A loyal companion, always ready to go. Here's something else you can count on: electricity. Just flip a switch and your life powers up. At American Transmission Company, we help make sure electricity is there when you need it. That's what we do. Deliver economical, reliable power for your everyday life. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
He dreams of playing in the big leagues, which is taking a toll on your dreams. Most people don't think about their home insurance until something happens. But talking to an American Family Insurance agent today can mean your dreams have better protection tomorrow. Visit amfam.com/home for a quote and see if your insurance measures up. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Right now, Cherokee Country Club is offering outstanding introductory golf memberships. You can join Cherokee as an individual member for $2,400. Depending on your age, you can get a family membership that starts at only $2,900. Check it out for yourself. What you're going to find is the best deal in Madison when it comes to joining a golf club. And by the way, your membership also allows you to use all of the facilities at the Princeton Club and the Madison Club. If you're a business owner, Cherokee offers a voucher golf program that allows you to purchase 20 rounds of golf, good for 18 holes with a golf cart, for only $1,000. What a great way to entertain your clients, customers, or employees. Cherokee also offers memberships for swimming and indoor and outdoor tennis. And the public is welcome to use the driving range, restaurant, banquet facilities, or book a wedding there. For more information, call 249-1000 or visit the website at CherokeeCountryClub.net.
With elevated tee shots,
30 seconds.
Majestic 30-mile views into the surrounding bluffs and expansive greens that are fast and true, Wild Rock Golf Club in Wisconsin Dells should be on your must-play list this season. 5 sets of tee boxes challenge all skill levels, from scratch golfers to resort guests. Numerous lodging options and amenities are also available. Wild Rock Golf Club at the Wilderness
10
Resort
seconds.
in
Stand by.
Wisconsin
10
Dells.
seconds.
Call us today at 608-253-4653 or book online at wildrockgolf.com. That's wildrockgolf.com.
Golf Effect Radio Network. And again, you may have just heard the spot for Wild Rock at UW Ridge. An opportunity wherever you are in the state of Wisconsin listening to the broadcast. You can play Wild Rock in the Dells or UW Ridge here in Madison. $50, including the golf cart. That's a great price. And by the way, that money comes to the Golf Effect charity, and you get to play golf. So you donate to charity and play golf at the same time. Just go to the golfeffect.org website, and on there you'll see golf passes for sale. And you use the PayPal, pay for them. You buy 2 or 4 passes for Wild Rock or UW Ridge, $50 a piece, including the golf cart. Primarily Monday through Thursday on both of those courses. Get a foursome together, and the tickets, or the passes, if you will be sent to you from Cherokee Country Club. Dennis, we talk about Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods playing for $10 million. You talk about top purses at 1.8 or $1,800,000. Just give us a quick summary. You tried to play on the tour and did play a little bit back in '69 through '72. Your experiences obviously weren't like that, were they?
Oh, no, it's not the same anymore. You know, I mean, we traveled with a group. There's 4 or 5 of us, all sometime in the same car. When I went in my car, I had a little 3/4 inch plywood thing on the back, so I would sleep in the back seat. You know, stay in the parking lot and then go into the clubhouse and take a shower and get ready to play. But you know, I mean, the leading money winner was $100,000 a year, Nicholas. That was a leading money winner, 100,000. Now you can make the cut and make damn near 100,000. You know.
And finding sponsors back in your day?
I had I did my own thing. I had, at the time, of course, I had a wife and 3 kids besides, you know, trying to go out there. And I had a fella from Sacramento that gave me like $1,500 a month. And that's what I had the home and then to play on. And you paid the entry fee. And by the time you got, and so, I mean, I went from my car to the first tee, and that's how you played, and you went from place to place. And I had a caddy, Bob Williamson. Well, you remember Bob Winger. And, you know, sometimes I'd ride with the guys, but he'd take my car and drive down the interstate to the next thing, leave early, you know, that type of thing. It's totally different than now. Now I get on a jet, right, and fly from place to place. Takes me an hour 15 minutes to get to Augusta. You know how long it takes to drive to get to Augusta? I mean, it's 12 hours to Atlanta, and then it's another 5-6 hours over.
And you spend, back in those days, you spent a lot of time on the road, didn't you? Between tournaments, you very rarely came home.
Well, when you got done, I mean, hopefully you make the cut, because making the cut gets to the next event. So you had a little bit of a break. In your car Sunday, play a practice round on Tuesday, and there you go. You're ready to go again. And if you're not exempt, the only way you can keep playing is if you keep making cuts. And that's what I was doing, making 4 or 5 cuts in a row. So I never got home to see kids or nothing for sometimes 2 months because I was playing. So then you'd get done. And then the next thing, to get into tournament, you'd have to qualify, different than now. There they would have sometimes 100 to 300 people playing for 20 spots. And you'd have to go out and compete for the 20 spots or 10 spots, sometimes just 3 spots.
What was it? We got about a minute and a half left. When you finally decided, enough of this, I can't do this anymore.
Well, you know, I was at the Byron Nelson, you know, and then I told Bobby, my wife, I said, you know, I mean, I think I got to take a break from this, you know. I mean, you know, I got caught out in the West Coast out there. Fortunately, I finished second in a tournament out at the Little Hope Classic, so I was able to make $3,000 in order to pay the guy back who gave me the money to go to Hawaiian Open and on and on and on, so I could make it back. But, you know, I said, maybe what I'll do is take a year off. So I think what I'll do is try to find a job for a year. Didn't know where. Well, the job opened up at Janesville.
Yeah.
And I went and I interviewed for the job to the guy down there, and the guy in the front seat, I didn't know him. It turned out he was the employment chairman for Wisconsin.
You got about 30 seconds.
So anyway, he got the job. Well, then that left this job open. So I applied here, and I flew in from the Byron Nelson, and that was it. But at the time I didn't have anything. $63, no car, no nothing.
$63 total?
It was in my pocket. That's all I had. That's all we had.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Now look at me now. Now I got 50.
Well, for Kevin Ryan, Dave McCann, Dennis Tiziani, Steve Stricker, I'm Paul Brown, and that's another edition of Talking Golf. We'll be back next week, same time, and we'll do it one more time again here on the Golf Effect Radio Network. Thanks for listening and watching.